Today, we're going to be working the heart and the small intestine meridian. So, for practice today, you'll need a blanket and a bolster, or you can use two blocks if you want. So, grab those props, and I'll get two blocks to show you. All right. All right, we're going to start in a toe squat. So, this is a class favorite. You're going to come to hands and knees. If you want to throw a blanket under your knees, you can here. Tuck your toes under, sit back on your heels. And sometimes they call this fire toes. We'll be here for a moment. Just notice your breath. You can always come out of a pose if you need to. If this causes you knee pain, you can try rolling up a blanket and placing that underneath your knees. So you would just place that underneath your knees and sit back. And that kind of gives a little bit more space behind the knee to give you a little bit less, hopefully less pain there if you have any pain. So noticing your breath here. And then from here, we're going to take eagle arms. I need a camera person to get me on the camera. All right. Kind of gets my whole head. Let's see. All right. So let's take eagle arms. Right arm on top of the left. You can hug yourself and stay here, or you can pull your palms together and take the full expression of eagle arms. So sitting up tall, breathe. If you want to lift the elbows, you can. If you want to round forward and tuck the chin to the chest, you can do that. Flexing the spine. So the toe squat isn't really it's not really activating that meridian, it's the arms. So the heart meridian, as you're resting there, I'll read to you about it. It has 3 branches, each which begins in the heart. One branch runs downward through the diaphragm to connect to the small intestine. The second branch runs upward from the heart along the side of the throat to meet the eye. The third branch runs across the chest from the heart to the lung, then descends and emerges under the arm or the underarm. It passes along the midline of the inside of the upper arm, runs downward across the inner elbow, along the midline of the inside of the forearm, crosses the wrist and palm, and terminates at the inside tip of the little finger, where it connects with the small intestine meridian. Let's rise up. Uncross your arms. Just take your arms out wide like you're going to run and give someone a big hug. And then we'll switch the cross of our arms. So left arm on top of the right. Hug yourself here. If you need to take a little break from your toes, come into tabletop. You can tap the tops of your feet. Once you've been doing that pose for a while, you stop getting that fiery feeling in your toes. So practice makes that go away. So I just didn't even notice that feeling. So if you want to continue with tucking the toes and sitting back, you can. Or if you want to stretch the tops of the feet, you can untuck the toes, sit back on the heels, and then we'll take the opposite arms. Left arm on top of the right. Hug yourself here or hug upward and grab your palms. Lift the elbows. Breathe. Stay here or round forward, tucking the chin to the chest. So back to the heart meridian, I was told in my training that if someone's having a heart attack or having symptoms of a heart attack, to go and pinch the tip of their pinky. And that adds that's a pressure point for the heart. So I don't know if that works or if it's true, but interesting little tip, little tool to put in your toolbox. Around the spine here, if it's okay with your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. And I'll talk about the small intestine meridian. It begins on the outside of the tip of the little finger, crosses the palm and wrist, and passes upward along the posterior aspect of the forearm. The meridian continues upward along the posterior border of the lateral aspect of the upper arm, circles behind the shoulder, and runs to the center of the uppermost part of the back, where it meets the governing meridian. We'll talk about that one later. Here, the meridian divides into two branches, one entering internally to connect with the heart, the diaphragm, and the stomach, before entering its pertaining organ, the small intestine. The second branch ascends along the side of the neck to the cheek and outer corner of the eye, before entering the ear. A short branch leaves the meridian on the cheek and runs to the inner corner of the eye, where it connects with the bladder meridian. And here